Okay, so what we're going to do first is look at Industry Canada as if we were looking at it for doing a competitor analysis and looking at some tools that we can use on the website for that. So, first of all, we're going to go to Just for Businesses, and then we're going to select Find Statistics and Research. And then from there, we'll go to compare your business to the industry as a whole. This gives us a good snapshot of how our business would compare to essentially the industry as a whole. And then we'll go to create a report. And again, this is where you kind of get your snapshot of the industry. And then we'll just select what we want here. So we'll say for the purpose of our business is in the cannabis industry for our group project. So we're gonna say it's in the lower revenue range, and we'll profit margin. We'll say total revenue, value in percentage. Let's say, however, here we're gonna say search for an industry just because the cannabis industry is one that's a little bit more obscure. And we're going to use the NAICS code for that, which is 111999. We're going to search that, and then that actually comes up as the all other miscellaneous crop farming. And we'll create a report for that. And then this produces the snapshot I was talking about earlier of what the industry looks like. And when entering the industry, how a marijuana business would stack up to the industry as a whole, and ultimately competitors as a whole, based on various competitors, how much of a share they have in the category, and what margins they have compared to the whole category. So, and then what I've found is when navigating through Industry Canada, it's almost better just to reset when you're looking for new information. So I'm just going to go back to the home page again, and now we're going to go and use another tool for doing competitor analysis. So I'm going to select Find Statistics and Research again. However, there's another selection here that says Find Statistics by Industry. So I'm going to click that, and then we're going to enter the NAICS code again. However, it might be different. So it is different here. There's one less of a 9, and this one comes up as all other crop farming. And now we're going to go to, let's see here, we're going to select trade, and right now we can already see that exports for the industry heavily outweigh the imports. If we select trade, from there we can understand who we can see from multiple reports here from total exports to various countries, and total imports from various other countries as well. And this gives us a nice look into understanding where our competitors are exporting to and where they're importing from, and how we can potentially model that as an emerging business. So now we're going to look at things from a bit of a different perspective. We're going to go back to the home page again, and we're going to look at it as if we were doing a PEST analysis. So first of all, what I'm going to do is we're going to go to Just for Businesses again. However, we're going to look at Find Permits and Licenses. This is nice for getting a perspective of the political legal environment surrounding the emerging cannabis and marijuana industry. So if we say search for permits and licenses now, so we're going to select the city. Let's just say it's London, Ontario. It's where Fanshawe College is based out of. So we'll say that, and then we've entered the keyword again. This was previously entered by me. However, you can again use the NAICS code. I'll do that now, actually. for you, just so you get an idea. So when you put in the code, ultimately it gives you the industry in writing, which is nice and helpful. And then from here, you can see that there's multiple constraints that you can check off for your business and what your business plans to do as a business in the specialty crop farming industry. And here you see at the end of each selection, you can see kind of grayed out numbers that give you an idea of the various permits and legal hoops that you'd have to jump through ultimately as a business in the marijuana industry. So just for kicks, let's select all of those just to see what that results in the following report. And as you can see, there's 82 results. So that's a combination of municipal permits that you can see. That's provincial or territorial permits as well. And it also includes, as we keep scrolling, federal permits as well. And then at the bottom, we also see various important disclaimers and notes as well that if you were seriously setting up a business in this industry, you'd have to very much so take into consideration. And now we're going to go back up as and also this is no longer Industry Canada. In Industry Canada, the website navigates you away to BizPal, and that's the current website, as you can see in the URL at the top, which is a great little tool for business permit and licensing information. Now, if we look at things from an economic perspective, we'll go back to the home page here, and we'll look at finding statistics and research again, and we'll go back to the find statistics by industry, and we'll type in that code again here. And from there, it will take us to a page that is very familiar to us. However, to get an economic understanding of the industry, we can see under the financial performance link that the average revenue is you're actually looking at $660,900, and 52.8% of the industry is profitable. So if we go to financial performance now. Now we can actually get a very good financial snapshot again of the industry and and actually quarterly what the industry does on a regular basis, which is quite nice because this gives you a kind of a macroeconomic look at the industry across Canada as opposed to something more microeconomic, just because the cannabis industry across Canada, going into 2018 as well, post marijuana legalization, will become quite vast and quite not only nationally spread out but also internationally. And then from there we can navigate back to the home page, just to based on the PEST analysis, to now look at how we would find some information on the social environment surrounding the marijuana industry in Canada. Now, this wasn't it's not easy to find qualitative information, which generally makes up the social environment, and just because this website is very quantitative in nature, doesn't contain much qualitative data. Now, however, we can go to all topics, and then we can go from there to industries and business. And if we scroll down, this is a neat little tool here. Here we can, under learn about sustainable management practices, do more with less. we can see a couple of options of how to keep track of sustainable development, as well as how to integrate corporate social responsibility into business functions. Both of those are kind of explain where Canada is going as far as we are socially concerned. And gives us a nice little snapshot into the social environment. So looking at sustainable development, on the left we see links to 2017 to 2020 departmental sustainable development strategy. So we're going to click that. And here we see, moving towards 2020 now, what sustainable development should look like in not only your business but also your industry. So this isn't completely exclusive to the marijuana industry by any means. So then, so now if we were going to look at the tech aspect of the PEST analysis, we can actually go back to the home page, and we're going to go back to actually the same page we were at. And if we go to let's see here, if we go to access industry profiles and analysis, we're going to select start by choosing your sector. And then from there on the far right, you can see technologies. And under those technologies, we see hydrogen and fuel cells, life sciences, nanotechnologies, and ocean technologies. Now, these are technologies that are emerging in Canada across a variety of sectors and can be applied to a variety of sectors in business. And if we click on nanotechnologies, now we'll see that it comes up with various links here. And if we select business resources, this is how nanotechnologies could be applied to various businesses, as the link is quite self-explanatory. And under intellectual property, if you look at Canadian Innovation Center, this will take you to a place that a website that gives you insight into the aspirations surrounding various emerging technologies, in particular to the nanotechnology aspects selected. Now, nanotechnology, that was just one of the various technologies that I could have chosen. There were other ones that might be more applicable to your business. And that's the beauty of the Canadian Innovation Center, that it is not it's not exclusive to one idea. It's incorporates a lot of ideas that can be associated with a variety of businesses as well.